The purity of pop culture when lies are being told and it's just taking the headlines and then making it another headline until it gets to something like that doesn't have no base in reality. So that makes me sad. But you know what? It is the animal that exists, and he's the king of that. So I think what he does best is that he talks to people via Twitter. He has a direct conversation with his fans and non-fans, and this movie is sort of part of that conversation. Not on his part, because he never told me to change anything or do anything specific. For me, it was just to say, hey, this is the side that, as a friend, I know Justin, and I hope if you see it, that you will see all the headlines. Sometimes it's just a joke that he's making, and no one gets the joke, but I think if you know him, then you'll get it more. So,
what specifically are some of the lies? What are some of the things that the media, us, I don't know, get wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I think when he cracked at the paparazzi in London, we have a moment of that in the movie, and he really wanted to hit the guy. The guy was harassing him all day, and he cracked. The fact that he admitted, he's like, yeah, I wanted to hit the guy. I was like, that's actually pretty mature to just say it and not try to make up some excuse for it. He's like, he was harassing me all day. I had enough. I just cracked. He's like, but I learned from that experience. I learned that that's what they wanted. They're getting you to that point so they can get that shot. And guess what? They made so much money from that shot. So he doesn't give that. Now he just sort of closes them off. And it's sad to see someone when they have to close off people like that. But it's also part of a maturity thing of him as well. So.
Why do you think he's getting a bad rap in the media right now?
Where? What do you mean where?
Like,
why? I think he's out there. I mean, he's always been a troublemaker. Let's be real. He loves to cause trouble. He loves to get away with trouble. But he's charming as hell. He's that kid. He's like the younger brother that always gets away with it. And I've never had a younger brother. I'm the youngest, so I know how that works. But he's not a bad person. It doesn't make him a bad person. And it doesn't give us the right to say, you're going down with everyone else that we put up there and took down. I think that's just wrong, and I was shocked to be on that side and see those things, because I'm actually part of that problem too. Like, I talk about other stars like that. I see those things, and I get excited when I see a reality show where someone's getting a divorce or something, and it's just not right. And sometimes you need to stop and realize that these are people. And yes, sometimes it's created for a show, but Justin's actually a real person, a boy that I've seen happen. So.
Do you think you're able to ask him the tough questions?
Yeah.
What's the toughest question that you've asked him?
Well, I put him on the spot about, and we have stuff that we actually didn't put in the movie because it had nothing to do with the movie. But one of the ones that I was sort of shocked to hear him respond in a way was about the train wreck. Like, I literally say, do you know that history is against you? That most likely you will be a train wreck. What are you going to do about it? What does that make you feel? And I think I don't know if he'd fully thought about it, to be honest. He's like taken by shock. He sort of laughs it off a bit, but you see the wheels turning, and you see him trying to like comprehend that. Even when I say, you know, you live in a bubble, he's like, what do you mean? I live in a great house. And I'm like, that's exactly the bubble, bro. But just the fact that he will answer those questions, I think, says a lot about who he is and his consciousness of what's happening. And you just hope that he makes the right choice. He knows the paths. And I think we should be rooting for him to make the right choice.
One more question. There's this really real moment. There's a really real moment where Justin actually sheds a tear in one of the trailers. Can you tell us more about that moment?
Well, you have to see it in the movie, but it's a very genuine. It came out of the blue, to be honest. Everyone in the room was in tears when he was talking, and I think that's how close we are at this point. You know, like I get to sit down with him and ask him questions that I'm not Oprah. I'm not one of those people. I don't know how to do that, but I know how to have a conversation with my friend and know what he's struggling through and get those answers on camera for people to see, I think is an important thing. So,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Thank you so much.